This is shop talk. Your G02 arc cut the wrong way around the part. And it's not the radius, it's the plane you're looking at it from. Here's the rule that fixes it for good. G02 is a clockwise arc. G03 is counterclockwise. Simple, until you ask, clockwise from whose point of view? The standard says this. You view the arc from the positive side of the axis, perpendicular to the plane, looking back toward the origin. On a vertical mill in the XY plane, that means looking down the Z-axis from above. So this line, G02, X2.0, Y0, I1.0, J0, sweeps clockwise when you're staring down at the table from above. Here's where it bites people. Flip the part over on a horizontal mill. Same G02. Same I and J. The arc now sweeps the other way relative to the operator standing in front of the machine. The G code didn't change. The plane did. G17 is XY. G18 is XZ. G19 is YZ. If you don't declare the right one, the controller uses its default, and on a lathe, that default is usually G18, almost never what you assumed. A flipped fixture on a mill is different. The plane stays whatever you set. What changed is the part's orientation. 3 planes, 3 viewing axes. XY you view from plus Z. XZ you view from plus Y. YZ you view from plus X. On a lathe, that plus Y direction is the formal ISO definition, but how the arc actually looks depends on turret position too. Get the viewing axis wrong and CW becomes CCW. This is why a lathe trips people up. Most lathes default to G18, the XZ plane. But the real gotcha isn't just plus Y viewing. It's the X-axis convention, and whether your turret sits in front of or behind the part center line. On a rear turret lathe with the standard convention, what looks clockwise from the front reads counterclockwise to the control. A G03, not a G02. Front turret machines and reversed convention controls flip that. Check your turret and convention before you trust your eyes. The controller's view is not your view. That's the whole game. Now the radius problem. There are 2 ways to specify an arc. IJK center offsets or an R value. R looks easier. R is also where the wrong side cut comes from. Compare these two, G02 X2.0 Y0 R1.0 and G02 X2.0 Y0 R-1.0. Same start, same end, same direction, same radius magnitude, 2 completely different arcs. Positive R is the short way around, anything up to a half circle. Negative R is the long way, more than a half circle. Most posts default to positive R. If the geometry needed the long path, you just cut a chord across your part. And here's the opinion that'll annoy half the shop. Stop using R for anything that matters. Use IJK. The I and J tell the controller exactly where the center of the arc lives. There's no ambiguity to resolve, no sign to flip. I is the X distance from the arc start to the center. J is the Y distance. Both are incremental from the start point, not absolute. Get that wrong, and the controller alarms, or worse, quietly cuts a different arc. A full 360-degree arc, a bore finish pass, say, can't be done with R at all. R needs distinct start and end points to define a chord. Full circles are IJK only. So, here's the decision tree when you're staring at a wrong side arc. First, is the plane right? Then, is the viewing axis what you assumed? Then, if you're using R, is the sign right? Only after all 3 do you suspect the G02 versus G03 itself. Most operators were never taught the viewing axis rule explicitly. They learned G02 is clockwise, ran a vertical mill for years, and the convention happened to match what they saw. Then they touched a lathe or a horizontal, and the rule broke. If you've made it this far, the fix is a habit, not a lookup. Before every arc-heavy program, declare the plane, picture the viewing axis, prefer IJK, and verify the sign. Subscribe for more shop floor decoding like this.